Well, welcome back to another video here on the channel. And I got this from We Watch the Movies Twitter. I can go ahead and post it up right here. So basically, the director and I believe a few other people was having a Q&A about Child's Play 2019, and some things was brought up to discussion. And this is one thing that I found on We Watch the Movies Twitter. Is a Child's Play 2 remake? It is most certainly, most definitely a possibility, but they're waiting on that call from MGM, which could be any day, any time, any year, any month, any minute. We could get this announcement. I found that really cool, but I also feel like every single time, I feel like it's my duty, every single time to say this. You could be a fan of the original and be a fan of the remake. I'm a huge die-hard Chucky fan. I've said this tons of times. I grew up on Chucky, and I love the remake. There's nothing wrong with that. I think I always need to make that point clear before I go in depth on anything about the remake. But anyway, Child's Play 2 remake, which is so, odd to say, but very interesting because I enjoy Child's Play 2019. Like I said, this article. So I found this really cool. That's basically the premise is they're just waiting on that call from MGM. But I also find it so interesting, and I think I could speak for a lot of people. Why wasn't this something, why wasn't this announced in October or even January of this year? Maybe, it could, can't talk. It could very well be because of the coronavirus. Maybe this is something that they wanted to start. To tell people, I'd say January or February, and get it in pre-production around this fall. But obviously, what's going on? I found that really interesting. But who knows why they have not announced a Child's Play 2 remake sequel, or a Buddy 2, as some people are calling it. Which I find it really interesting that, again, that they have not announced this yet, and I don't know, really, I don't know really what are they waiting for. Are they waiting for another big horror icon to come through? Are they waiting for that Halloween Kills, and that new Scream, to test the waters again? I'm not sure. But yeah, this is in the so-called a possibility in the cards. I found that really cool and very interesting. The director is on go. He's ready to make this sequel, but he's just waiting on that call from MGM. And again, like I said, that could be any day, any minute. The question here is, do you want a Child's Play remake 2, a Buddy 2, whatever you feel like calling it? I personally want it. But if there was never a sequel, I wouldn't be so upset. I would not be so upset if we didn't get a sequel, because again, there's so many sequels as is. So, would it really be bad if we never got a sequel? Again, I really want a sequel to Child's Play 2019. And I'm sure if you enjoyed Child's Play 2019, you want a sequel as well. But I think I could speak for a majority of people, we wouldn't really be that upset, because there's so many sequels as it is to a lot of franchises, and that's kind of being overdone, kind of like how remakes was. But again, we all love a good sequel, and I feel like it would be a very interesting and fun sequel. I find it interesting, a sequel really doesn't have to be focused on Buddy, which may be controversial, but you can make a sequel focused on the teddy bears. I found that, that teddy bears really interesting. Me himself, I found the teddy bears really, very interesting, and I wish the whole teddy bears would have gotten more screen time, because I just thought that was cool, like killer teddy bears, like that was so interesting. I feel like maybe that's what they should have did for this movie, was just really steer the gear away from what we knew of Chucky, and just went with a full teddy bear. I don't know, but I feel like I would have anyways. Yeah, a sequel is in the cards, and the question is, do you guys want a sequel? I want a sequel. I really want a sequel to this movie, but I would understand if we didn't get one. I also wouldn't be that upset. I would be kind of bummed out for sure, but at the same time, I really wouldn't be that upset. But I kind of would at the same time, because I really want a sequel to this movie, because there's so many places they can go. They could do the Chucky Army, the Dom Mancini always wanted to do. But the question here is, what could you even title it? I don't think you would be allowed to call it Child's Play 2. Here's the thing, obviously Don Mancini is, but again, they approached him about the remake and they tried to give his blessings. So, and what I was going to say was, possibly, they can give Don Mancini's blessing on the sequel. Like let him, just look over the script. Not have an involvement because he doesn't want any type of involvement in it. But just give just give can't talk. Just give his approval, and just see what he thinks about it and see if he approves of the name Child's Play 2 and see if, they will, let him, um, can't talk, if they will let them, use it. But I don't know because Don Mancini, is not too keen on the remake. At the same time, though, like I understand, Don Mancini's frustrations, but don't be upset at the director. You know what I mean? Like don't be upset at the writers and the producers. They was hired to do something I'm sure they've always dreamed of. You know what I mean? Was to make a horror icon. Do Chucky. You know what I mean? Like everybody, wants to make a Chucky movie. So can you really be mad at them? Everybody wants to do a Halloween movie. Can you be mad at them? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand where Don Mancini's coming from. But I feel like it's really up to him to bring everybody together, to stop splitting this community and just bring everybody together. And I even think, the original Chucky, and I point over there because of my blanket, but, the original Chucky and Buddy could have a crossover. And that could be a fun video, you know, that I can make just basically, like a whole topic on that. But yeah, Buddy and Chucky could have a crossover. That'd be really cool. Considering the fact that he's only talking about making 2 more movies, what are you going to do after 2 more movies? You know what I mean? You're going to have to do something, So I find that really interesting, Maybe, you could just pass the torch down to these new people, and just let them, do their thing. I don't know, but it's really interesting. Would you guys like to see a Child's Play 2 remake? I would like to see it, but if they didn't make a sequel, I won't be that upset, but I kind of would be upset. But if they didn't call it Child's Play 2, what would you like to be call it? I would like it to be called Buddy 2. Buddy 2, would make the most perfect sense. It will go, just perfectly with the movie more than Child's Play 2, because we already got a Child's Play 2. You know what I mean? So, maybe that's what you do is call it a Buddy 2, or maybe you try to get back in contact with Don Mancini, but at the same time, if he didn't get his blessing and say for the first one, he probably ain't going to do it this time. But maybe if you sit down with him more of a business matter, or just maybe as a friend, like just as a general person that makes film, and just sit down with him, like not in a meeting room, like just go to his house or him come to your house and just talk about Chucky and just talk about what what they want to do and what he wants to do, and maybe, possibly even talk about a crossover, you know what I mean? And possibly, just letting Don Mancini pass the torch to these new people, and just let Don Mancini just be like a big executive producer down the line. That'd be so cool, and that'd be really cool, but who knows? And the thing is, that'd be really cool too, like having Chucky doll voiced by Mark Hamill and then the other one by Brad Dourif. That'd be so cool, but that would never happen. But just imagine that for like the sequel or the third, remake of this remake franchise. But yeah, I do hope we get a Child's Play 2 remake very soon rather than later. And I just hope it's, I just hope it happens sooner than later. I'm very excited about this news. I hope MGM makes the call, like, tomorrow, you know what I mean? Because, fans really want this sequel. And maybe you could try to convince Don Mancini a little bit more. I don't know, but yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I just found a video ideal out of me talking about this, which I will not spoil. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, let me know in the comments below right now which like a Child's Play 2 remake. Like I said, it's okay to be a fan of both. I'm a fan of both, and hope you are too. I will see you guys in the next video.